After decades of getting blown up, flattened, and generally destroyed by Acme products, Wile E. Coyote is finally doing something about it. He's suing. Coyote versus Acme takes that wonderfully ridiculous idea and turns it into a live-action courtroom comedy with a surprising amount of heart. Will Forte and Lana Condor join us now. Welcome to the show, you two. How are you?
Thank you. And by the way, it's great to talk to you because we made this movie in Albuquerque.
That's right.
Yes, it's an Albuquerque film. I've been waiting and wanting to see this. When somebody first told you about Wile E. Coyote suing Acme, what was your reaction?
I thought it was
hysterical.
Really, yeah. It's really funny. This was a New Yorker piece. I believe his name is Ian Fraser, wrote this back in the 90s, I think. And so it's been kicking around for a while, and then finally people wrote it up. So it's comes from this incredibly funny writer, and then adapted by this amazing Oscar-nominated writer, Sammy Birch. And by the time we got it, it was just this wonderful script that was like, oh my God, but do we get to be in this movie? It was a no-brainer. Just so fun.
And you spend so much of the time playing opposite Wile E. Coyote, and he doesn't talk. So it turned into a pretty long monologue, my friend. How do you make an animated coyote feel like a real scene partner?
Well, we were really set up for success. Our production, our director, Dave Green, he brought in Dave Barclay, who is an iconic puppet master, and so he built a live action to scale Coyote, and then he would go in as Coyote and he would puppet Coyote through the scenes when we were rehearsing, so we could get a general sense of where he was in the room, kind of how he was feeling, and then they would pull the puppet away and they would put in tennis balls, and that's kind of how we filmed. That's kind of how we filmed our interactions with Wiley, and to be honest, like having that resource of Dave Barclay and having him there and being so great at his job and being so great at being Wiley, that changed a lot for me. Like, it was very valuable for me.
Yeah, he really brought the scene to life and made it much easier than you would think.
Yeah.
And this movie has its own kind of specific kind of comedy, especially because it takes place in the Looney Tunes world. What was your key to finding your position in that place?
Well, look, I mean, for me, it was easy because I was a big Looney Tunes fan growing up, and I would watch it on Saturdays and every day after school. So like that mindset, in a lot of ways, that helped shape my comedic sensibilities. And Sammy, the screenwriter, and Dave, the director, stay very true to the Looney Tunes tone. You know, so I think that Looney Tunes fans are going to be very happy with how these characters are portrayed, and it's just like it's really fun. So, but the script is written in such a way that like it is pretty laid out. She does a very good job of creating this template for your character, and it made it pretty easy to act. And if you got off track just a little bit, Dave Green, our director, would just nudge you along into the right place.
And what surprised me was how much you actually care about Wile E. Coyote and his plight by the end. Why do you think we root for this guy after all these years?
I mean, God, he's the classic underdog. He's a character that gets up every single day and try again. And even when it's not the result that he wants, and he goes home battered and bruised, he gets up again the following day and he tries again. And I think that that's just that character, someone who's that tenacious and focused and so steadfast in his goal. Like, I think that's very, very inspiring. And for me, I think that, like, I mean, even with the poster, like he's pushing up this big bomb, and it's gonna fall, I'm assuming, and he's probably gonna keep pushing it up the hill. And I think that's a beautiful message for people to hear. And for me, honestly, I'm pretty proud to be a part of a movie that champions their main character, Wile E. Coyote, as someone who will get up and try again, even in the face of adversity.
And there's plenty here for longtime Looney Tunes fans. It doesn't have to or just completely depend on nostalgia. How important was it that it worked for also a new audience?
I think it was really important that it worked for a new audience, for sure. I mean, I can speak, like, for me, like, my parents introduced me to Looney Tunes, but it wasn't a major fixture, like, in my own personal life as growing up as a child. So my real true love for Looney Tunes started doing this movie and is now. And I really, really think that something that I love the most about this movie is if you've never even seen a Looney Tunes cartoon in your life, you can watch this film and you will fall in love with the world. So I definitely think that it's very important to try and create a film that's obviously for the diehard fans that have loved this and has been a huge part of their lives. But I also think it's very important to create a film that anyone can go to.
Yeah, I mean, there is a little extra level of nostalgic sweetness if you
of course.
Do know the Looney Tunes, but the story is just so solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about Lord of the Rings before I watched that, and I loved it.
There you go.
Like Harry Potter.
Absolutely. And we got to give a little love to the New Mexico filmmakers out here. So much was shot here. It's based in New Mexico in Albuquerque. This isn't the first time you've shot a movie out here. You did MacGruber out here as well. What do you remember most about making the movie in Albuquerque and some of the uphill battle you guys went through to try to make this film?
Well, you know what? Albuquerque has a very special place in my heart. I've made the MacGruber movie here, Beerfest I was in out here, MacGruber TV series, and then Coyote versus Acme. And I got married in Albuquerque. We got married during the shooting of MacGruber, so it holds a very special place in my heart, and I just have such fond feelings. Love everything about it. So beautiful.
Great food. Great people, great crews.
Green chilies. Oh, I can't get enough of them. Those hatch chilies, right? Anyway, the roller coaster ride that happened to this, a very emotional roller coaster ride. We had completed the movie. They did the post-production process. It's testing really well. And then Warner Brothers comes in and just says, nope, we're going to just throw this movie in the garbage can. Nobody's going to ever see it. And we're going to take a tax write-off. And we hadn't seen the movie yet. So when we saw it for the first time a week after that decision, it was mind-boggling. I had gone in thinking, oh, this has got to suck, right? Because why else would they be doing this? And then I see this very special, incredible, funny, and emotionally resonant movie. I was so frustrated that I didn't get to share this beautiful movie with my kids. And it just was this horrible feeling. And then we were forced to kind of move on from it because there was nothing we could do. But as we were moving on and trying to get other work, a bunch of people made a bunch of noise about it. They wouldn't stop making their voices be heard. And eventually Warner Brothers had to take note. And they eventually, I think, just got sick of all these people saying stuff. So they sold it to Catch Up Entertainment. And it's just great because this, and now it's coming out in movies because of these people. And it's so great because the on-screen story is about an underdog taking out a big corporation. And the off-screen story is the same thing. It's all these underdogs who banded together to make their voices heard. And because of them, they took on this corporation and beat them.
Will, Lana, I really want to thank you two for joining me. Coyote versus Acme hits theater August 28th. It's a blast. I definitely say you should check it out. Thank you two for joining me today.
Thank you very much.